there, it's Carol with Carolbcrafts. Today we'll be making this adorable little thank you card. Thanks so much. Sweet as a Peach. It is project number 4 in my Sweet as a Peach class kit. Check out my website www.carolbcrafts.com to see what current class kit I'm offering as a customer reward with a qualifying purchase at stampinup.com using my current host code. So let's jump right in. This is your kit. Some of the things are cut for you, some of the things that we'll be cutting together. So let's go ahead and get our trimmer. Okay, so if you follow along with your PDF, you have Calypso Coral, but let's go ahead and just do the thick basic white 8.5 by 5.5. Let's go ahead and score that at 4 1/4 with our lighter blade here, and then we'll fold it over in half and get our bone folder and straighten, just crease that fold. Now we can start with our trimmer cutting. We're going to have 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And that's for the outside. And then we're going to have, with this one, we're going to cut 4 by 5 1/4. It's for the inside. 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, that's our Calypso Coral. The Early Espresso, which is this nice dark brown here, is the bigger piece. We're going to cut it to 3 5/8. 3 5/8. Let's see, there's a half. 3 5/8 to 5, 4 7/8. 4 7/8. 3 5/8, 4 7/8. That goes on the front. Then we have an Early Espresso that's cut for you. So that one, basic white. We need one that's 3 3/4. 3 3/4 by 5 for the inside. And then let's see what else. We do need another piece of basic white, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 for stamping and die cutting. We have a piece of Early Espresso, 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. A piece of Pear Pizzazz, 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. Those are for die cutting also. Now for your DSP, you're going to want to cut it so that it is going to be a portrait card. So you want this in like a portrait mode. So we're going to cut our peaches and brown branches. Is going to be 3 3/4 by 5. So there's 3 3/4. Wait, no, 3 1/2. 3 1/2. I'm reading the wrong one. 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. And we'll put these aside for our leftover classes. And then for this DSP, you'll want to cut it 3 1/2 by 1 1/2. So let's do our 1 1/2 on this side. That way we can use this for a nice card. So 1 1/2 this way, and then 3.5 this way. Hope that didn't confuse you, but I have plans for this for our leftover class, so I wanted you to cut it so that it's vertical. Okay, so those are our DSP. That's our cutting, yay. Then we do have a piece of the Pale Papaya woven ribbon, and it is 5 inches. All right, so let's do some stamping. We need to stamp Sweet as a Peach. Let's go ahead and get that label out of our envelope. It's in here. We get 2 of them. We don't need our pearls quite yet. I'm going to keep them in there so they're safe. And we're going to stamp Sweet as a Peach on these scalloped rectangles, and they are from the Messages dies. And okay, so let's get our Stamparatus out. Let's go ahead and do our labels first. So we're going to need our Calypso Coral, and that's it. For inking, we only need the Calypso Coral. That's okay. We can deal with that. So where's my plastic? My 4x6 plastic. You're gonna need that. Try to get in camera here. 4x6 plastic, and my Sweet as a Peach. Now this is the Sweet as a Peach from the Sweet as a Peach bundle. There we go. Put these in place to hold that down. Ink up my stamp, Sweet as a Peach, so I can see where it's going to stamp. Get my piece of scratch paper that I put a little bit of Stampin' Seal on, just a little bit, so that this would stick to it enough to slide it under here and line it up. Awesome. Oops, I moved it. You know what that means? I gotta put it back in place and line it up again. All right, line it up. Trying to be too particular here, and I outdid myself here. Okay, so Sweet as a Peach. I think I'll stamp that again. Okay, that's good. Clean that stamp off. Next is going to be the inside, and we're going to stamp on that smaller piece of basic white. Clean off my plastic again. Set it in the corner. And thanks so much. Calypso Coral. And this time we're going to this is going to go in the top left corner. Let's line it up. It looks good. More lightly. Okay. And if you get ink on your magnets, be sure to wipe it off so that you don't get it on your fingers as well, because then you'll transfer it to your card. That won't be a happy moment. And then down here in the corner, we want to put some of the little flowers. So let's get the 3 flowers, put them here. Okay, I'm not going to do it rich because I want it to be kind of not so strong. I did get some ink there, so alrighty. I'm not done with my flowers yet. That's the inside. Now we're going to stamp the flowers for the front of the card. And we need to stamp them twice. So I still have some ink there. I need to get that ink up. Well, okay, I'm going to turn that over. I must have still had some ink on my, so they just are not being nice, are they? I'm going to get a fresh wipe because that Calypso Coral is a lot like red ink. It doesn't want to give up. Okay, so stamp some flowers. One more time. Oops. Well, now that was a smear. Okay. Stamp as I say, not as I stamp. Okay. Okay, there's those. Now I'm just going to try to turn these around and get another set. Maybe not quite low enough. Let's see. That's good. Oops. Goodness. All right. There we go with our flowers. Wow, who knew they were going to be such a workout? Okay, there we go with our flowers. And I think that's it for stamping. I'm going to go ahead and clean off my plastic. I forgot to do that. All right, now we're going to do some die cutting. Fun die cutting. So we're going to die cut our flowers. I die cut some leaves and some branches. So here's our dies. Let's get our flowers, our branch, and our leaves are over here in my little container still, since they are so small. So we need 2 branches and some leaves and flowers. So let's do the leaves and flowers, the flowers first. I'll use find my big flower or blossom. Bring in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss. We got 1, 2, 3. My image cutting side down, and Now you can pass it all the way through, but for me it's easier to do it this way when I'm on camera. Alright, so there's my 3 flowers. And I'm going to do the same for this one. Hopefully. Okay, it doesn't want to come off, so I'll get another piece. Large flower, blossom. My paper isn't down very well. It was taped down, but now it's not taped down anymore. I don't know what happened to it. Okay, so that's that. Now we're going to cut a couple out of our early espresso. We're going to cut a couple of these branches. Same sandwich that we used before. Oh goodness, I'm gonna have to hold it because that paper is it's wiggling. There's one branch. Hooray. Let's do another one. Okay, where's my pointy tool to get that out? Okay, so that's it for our early espresso. Now for our leaves, let me get my little container of leaves. I'm just going to, I think we only need to send these through once. We don't want too many leaves. It will be distracting. Alright. Push this through. Take your pick tool out again to get these leaves out. Okay, there's our leaves. So I think we have everything now for putting our card together. Put this away. We got our leaves, our branches, our flowers. And let me see if I can fix my so that it is straight enough. Okay, hopefully that'll hold that in place. Alright, so let's get all of our card pieces in here and start building our card. So your smaller piece of Calypso Coral goes on the inside. This goes on the front of it. See if I can get more in the center here. And then this goes on the inside of our card. Oops. I ran out. I gotta go get some more. Hold on. Luckily I had a spare. This is gonna go on the inside. There we go. Now for the outside, our large piece of Calypso Coral. It's going to go on the front. Just like this. And there's only a 1/16 of an inch around the edges. Now, this is going to go on our early espresso. I thought that looked so well together. And again, there's only like a 1/16 of an inch. Now we don't want to put that on yet because we got ribbon to go on. This is going to go down here. Now we can put our ribbon on, and it's going to go, find our curve, if there is one. I think this is it. Okay, so, oh, maybe that's it. It's hard to know. So this is going to go centered over the seam here. So we can put some of this on the back to give it something to stick into when we flip it around there. You can use these dots to line it up too. Again, it's a little bit off. There. Close enough. Close enough. Now we can put this on the front. Many times I have forgotten to put my ribbon on and I've had to rip fronts off of cards. It's an interesting learning experience. Okay, so we're just gonna put this in the center. It's a little bit different because it's a bigger, more wider. Okay, and Sweet as a Peach is going to go in the front, but before we do that, we need to, and it looks like, guess what? It looks like we need to do this here. Got something there, and we got something here. Over this direction. Now with our flowers, we've got two large ones down here. Two medium ones here. And two small ones up here. So let's go ahead and just wanted to make sure I had room for all these flowers before I put these in place. And I guess I'm going to put these on with some glue. I feel confident here. Little dots of glue, little, mind you, little being the buzzword here or whatever word. Okay, now this one. Same thing, little dots of glue, as small as possible. See my little dots of glue? Okay, and then this one is going to go over here. These go on with glue dots. So easy. Simple, simple. Okay, large ones go here. Medium ones go here. Little ones, come on, go here. Large one goes here. Medium one goes here. These are a little bit closer than the other one that I did, but that's okay. It'll still look pretty. Little one goes up at the top. Now, leaves. Leaves. It looks like I want this one to kind of look like it's coming out of that branch right there. And then this double one is coming out of this branch right here. And then I have a green one there. A green one here out of this branch. A green one coming out of this flower up here. Well, I thought so, but I think that's where I put my glue dot. And then one coming out of here. One right here. All right, so let's just put those on with our glue dots, with our glue. Dots of glue. 1, 2. Coming out of that branch. One, 2. Coming out of that branch. If you get any of this on your fingers, you might want to wipe it off with a wipe because everything will want to stick. And this one is going to go kind of right here. And then we have one that's going to go here, and one more is going to come out of this flower. Come on. I have to keep wiping my hands because that glue is on it. I'm just going to lift that up and slide it underneath there. And it doesn't want to stay because my fingers are so sticky. Okay, that's our leaves. Now we're going to put this on with mini dimensionals, and we don't want to put it on over the ribbon, so get your mini dimensionals out. Put 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully that's enough. Come on, glue. Okay, and then this is just going to go in the center over the ribbon. and level. And all we have left to do now is our pearls. So inside your envelope, you will find your pearls. Looks like there's 2 large, 2 medium, 2 small. So it stands to reason the 2 large will go over the large flowers at the bottom here. These are Pearl Basic Jewels. 2 mediums will go on the medium flowers. And the 2 small will go on the 2 small flowers. Isn't this a darling little card? Fun, fun, fun. Alrighty, you had just finished your 4th card in the Sweet as a Peach online class kit. So check out my website, www.carolbcrafts.com, to see what current class kit I'm offering. Thanks for watching. Bye now.